how we ended last class was that what we did is we talked about what a stock was when you own a share of a company, a publicly traded company. We we then got an opportunity to look at this Netflix little information piece about how a stock, understanding a stock. So what we want to do is we want to talk about kind of the process to take when you start to invest and you're trying to figure out what to invest in. I'm going to show you that you have some really cool opportunities. But the main thing you have to do is you have to understand what your objective is. What do you want to go in doing? What's your plan? Your plan is different from my plan, believe me. Mainly because I'm a lot older than you. And you have a lot of time to accumulate and have that money compound for you. So, the first step is to get as much knowledge as you possibly can about this. The second thing is to take the initiative and go and just actually set up an account with a parent or guardian. The next step is to just deposit some sort of funds into it, whether it's $25, $100, $200. And then the hardest part is that funding that $2,500 or $200. That's the hardest part. And then when you want to do $1,000 and $3,000, that's the hardest part in investing, is having the money to do so. But if you have the steps up until the money to do so, and you actually have the money to do this, it's not very difficult to do. It's very easy. So, there's some great places you could go: Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab. I'm a Fidelity person. I use Fidelity and have good luck with it. But if that's something you're interested in, and then boom, we're ready to go. So what do we want to accomplish when we invest? We have to know what's our risk level and what's our time horizon. The risk level is am I willing to lose some of the money? And there's a risk factor to each type of investment. And then when do you need the money? That when are you actually going to draw off this money? It could be in a year. It could be when you retire. It could be anything. So what you want to do is when you talk about investing, you talk about something called diversification. Can anybody tell me what that means? Beautiful. Putting your money in different places, just like diversifying, just like the word means. And so if you let's just take, for example, you have Marriott Corporation is a great company, Marriott Hotel Company. If you put all your money into Marriott and businesses, as we talked about, companies, they either generate revenue or they're in trouble. You put all your money in Marriott and then COVID hits, you're in trouble if you need to draw off that money. Now, ultimately, will Marriott Hotel Company, is it rebounding from COVID? Yes. Did it? I think it's Marriott. It's a great company. They definitely have the resources to do so and the history to do so, the leadership to do so. But at that time, at COVID, if you had all your money into one hotel company, and that hotel company is not generating any revenue, and it's not for a while, that stock is just going down day by day because it's not making any money. So that's okay, because we're going to talk about, we are going to buy the Marriotts, but we're also going to buy Apple. We're also going to buy Amazon. We're also going to buy Johnson & Johnson. We're going to buy Boeing. We're going to buy Caterpillar. We're going to buy Disney. We're going to buy Walmart. We're going to buy Under Armour. We're going to buy Pfizer. We're going to buy various industries and sectors. And then sometimes technology's up and defense is down. I'm going to show you the sectors. Now, if we look at Yahoo Finance, what we're going to do is we are going to just pull up Apple. This is the company Apple, which is a great company. It's on the NASDAQ, and it's in the technology sector. So let's look at, I want to look at, I thought they had something, markets. I thought they had something called sectors here. Could be wrong. Sectors. Okay. So this is what I use. I use Yahoo Finance, and and when I say we diversify, there's different sectors. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, it's on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because you look like a concerned look on your face.
Yeah, I was trying to see it, but.
So here's what we got right here. This is how you do it. You buy companies from all the different sectors: technology, financial, consumer, communication, healthcare, industrials, consumer defense. There's 11 of them, okay? And we're gonna pick companies in each of those sectors, okay? But what company in that sector do we wanna buy? We wanna buy a company. Which one do we wanna buy? Do we wanna buy a loser, or do we wanna buy a winner? You wanna buy, let's say you're in, let's say healthcare. For me, healthcare, I have Johnson & Johnson. That's my company. I have a couple other pharmaceutical companies, but Johnson & Johnson is the beast. It's the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world. I have Amgen, I have AstraZeneca, and Pfizer, I have other ones, but primarily that's what I do. I think for me, that's the winning pony in healthcare. When we talk about technology, I'm a big Apple guy. Google, those are tremendous companies. Okay, so I have a list for you folks, or you could go on Yahoo Finance and just click on what are the best companies in technology, and then you could even go down. I don't want to get too far into this, but you could go down into targeting companies that are in specific areas, like in technology, consumer electronics, or software, semiconductors. You could really specifically target your investment into a company that does specific things in the area of technology, healthcare, energy. So I also have provided a list right here. It says sectors and industry groups, and these are sectors, and these are some really good companies. You might find one better, but you could select off of these as well, off of ideas. I'm pretty sure it's 11 sectors, and you just got to find the winning pony in each one. And if you get the one that comes in third or fourth or fifth, you're still going to win. So I'm going to explain to you the easiest way to intro diversification for me and how to easily do it for somebody that's a beginning investor. We're going to research. We are going to research a fund that we don't have to pay for, that we can do on our own without getting charged for it, that has all of those sectors in it, okay, and all very good companies. So if we look back where we had that Apple quote, where did we have that Apple quote? Is it still there? All right. I know if you're on this video, I am going to wrap it up pretty soon, but I do have to explain this before I explain the assignment. So now we have the Apple, and we're just randomly going through Yahoo Finance. But if we look on the right hand side, we're going to see something called we're going to look at something called indexes, and any anything worth its weight in the area of finance tracks and makes obvious on a web page or an app where these indexes are. And the stock market opens up at 9:30, closes at 4, Monday through Friday, and these are so it's not open right now, and these are talking about the indexes. One's called the S&P, one's called the Dow, and one's called the NASDAQ. Have you folks ever heard of anything on, like, I know you don't listen to the radio, but anything like, oh, the S&P is up a point, the Dow is slightly under, and the NASDAQ up 2.25 points. Have you ever heard anything like that? Okay, you've heard it. Okay. That's that's a lot of the stuff I listen to, like news I listen to. Oh, thank you, thanks, Bob. These are indexes, and what is an index? It's a group of stocks that they pick and they say these are the stocks, and we call them an index. What we're going to work with out of these is something called the Dow Jones. It's called the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, it's 30 companies. So this is how easy investing is. I'm going to give you 3 symbols. Okay, 3 symbols, and it's the symbol is DIA is the symbol, stock symbol, and it's going to purchase all the stocks on the Dow Jones, and you don't have to do a thing other than buy that fund. So, I'm going to go to the assignment, okay? Here's what we're going to do for today, and this is the assignment for those watching this video. We're going to do discovering the Dow today, okay? And this is a cool assignment to introduce to you a solid company, all right? So the Dow Jones, you're going to learn about. You're going to learn through how this works, video, and then you're going to answer some questions about the Dow. What is it? It's 30 companies. It's 30 blue chip, beautiful, wonderful, money-making companies that have proven track record of doing so. So what we're going to do is, after you go to how stuff works, you're going to choose one company on the Dow Jones. Where is the Dow Jones, and what's so cool about this? These are the companies on this Dow Jones. Amazon, American Express, Amgen, Apple, Boeing, Caterpillar, Coca-Cola, the Dow. They have, what else? You get an opportunity to own a little Johnson & Johnson, JP Morgan, McDonald's, 3M, Merck, Microsoft, Nike, Procter & Gamble, monster companies, okay? Folks, if you have money, you can throw a dart at this thing right now and hit a company, hit one of any of these companies. Just throw a dart, hit one, buy it, you're gonna make money. The thing you need is time. If you buy it today, in 2 weeks, I can't tell you it's gonna go up. If you buy it right now in 10 years, you're gonna have yourself a lot of money. Because they're all companies that make money quarter after quarter. If they don't make money and they don't make their projected earnings, people are looking into it. Like, what's going on? You said you were gonna make this much money, but you fell short. What happened? That's when the stock goes down. When that continues to happen, that's when companies start to tank. They start to lose money. But these are proven time and time again to make money. Like a company like, is Disney on it? Yeah, Disney's on this. Okay. Walt Disney is the biggest, I think, I'm pretty sure, amusement park in the world, right? Pretty much, and it has its rights from like Marvel and comics and movies and things like that. But mainly, they had the biggest amusement park, this huge amusement park. It's very, very difficult for a park like that to shut down for COVID. You don't generate any money whatsoever that those parks did. How would Disney survive? How did Disney survive? Bingo. They had Disney Plus. They made more money with Disney Plus than they were with the amusement park. So why could they do that? Because they have so much power because of money and such a big corporation. So, Walt Disney didn't miss a beat. These companies came back, and they came back, like, look at a company like NVIDIA, what they're trying to do with Advanced Micro Devices, AMD. They're trying to be the forefront of artificial intelligence. I'll tell you, I'm buying their stocks. I'm buying it. And if you own this, do you get NVIDIA? No. 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 I'll explain why you don't get NVIDIA later. Because this isn't managed. Mutual funds managed, but or NVIDIA is really a newer company, so they aren't on it. So here's what the assignment is, because I know I'm rambling. All right, you're gonna go on. You're gonna watch how stuff works. You're going to. This isn't a group project. We're doing this individually. You're going to select a company on the Dow Jones, and you're going to report on it. And you're going to answer these questions, and then you're going to come up with a little presentation on your company. And I have an example. This is one of Home Depot. Okay, the ticker symbol. So just kind of going through some pictures, make it aesthetically pleasing. So today, that's what we're going to work on. Is you going through understanding the Dow and then selecting your company. And that's what we're doing.